Hey, beautiful, beloved, heart-centered soul. Today in this video, I want to share with you why you might not be getting what you actually want. You might be thinking often, oh, I still haven't got my soulmate relationship, or I am still not financially free. I'm still struggling and doing work that I'm not really enjoying just to get the money in the door. And I'm still not feeling fulfilled and loved the way I am. I'm still not really satisfied and happy in myself. If that's you, this video is for you. And stay tuned until the end. I want to show you exactly what I've done and my journey and what it takes to get out of that. And of course, it's always to do with practicing and rethinking anew. Hey, I'm Cummins. I am an energy healer and a spiritual guide. I am the founder of liberatinghearts.com, and I love teaching you to live your life from love instead of from the mind. That is always about fear and limitation and, old past memories, the way it was, what happened in the past, and so on. I want to really help you to live your life from your heart and from your soul, from the connection to all that is. Okay, so today we are focusing on that thing like, I want to have a soulmate relationship. I want to be financially free. I want to be living from my soul's purpose. I want to be doing things that are satisfying and fulfilling. And nothing has yet happened. I'm still wanting those things. If that's you, if that's what you're thinking a lot, you might have different examples or different outcomes, but if you are thinking a lot that I don't have what I want yet, I still don't have what I want yet, I'm still struggling, I'm still da-di-da-di-dum, then the first thing to become aware of is that you are focusing on what you don't want. And this is very natural. This is what we all do. This is what our mind will have us do. Our mind will make us aware of how it is in reality out there. You can see it as, 3D. It's written into my eyes. I can hear it. I can see it. I can use my senses to say, this is my reality. And so the mind will tell you, still, you haven't got your soulmate. Still, you haven't got your financial freedom. You haven't got this, blah, blah, blah. So you are a failure. Well, it might not tell you that, but it might imply that, which then makes you feel worse, right? It certainly is not making you feel better. And your vibration, your energetic vibrational field will then emanate a low vibration, a feeling of failure, a feeling of I never succeed, I never get what I want, I'm small, I'm certainly not powerful, I can't get what I want. And all of that is low vibration, and it's actually not aligned with your true, infinite, all-loving, divine self that always has what she or he wants. Because there's not even a question of that when you are connected to your heart and soul. So become aware that you're focusing on what you don't have, and you're focusing on the outcome that you don't want. That takes practice, that takes awareness, and it takes effort. So every time you're catching yourself, oh, I'm thinking again on what I don't want. And because I've done it for years and years, it's an automatic record that goes like subconsciously, is going on quietly, so we don't always hear it. And maybe only when you're quiet, when you're not doing, when you're brushing your teeth or you're driving to work, you're doing something on autopilot, that's when you might hear it. And that's the unconscious mind speaking to you quietly, gently. And that's what you need to become aware of. See, the conscious mind is very loud and is telling you everything very loudly, and it grabs your attention, and it stops you from feeling and hearing those subtle hints, those subtle voices, those subtle thoughts and beliefs that are below the surface level. So if you can do that, that's already a major achievement. And then use your awareness and your consciousness and focus on what's my heart's desire. So you have to figure out, by tuning into your heart, what does my heart desire? And it's always a feeling. It's not a certain amount of money in the bank. It's not a certain amount of love getting, having more friends, having more love coming in from the outside. It's not about having a better home or better car, a better status, a better job, more achievement, more success from the outside. It's how you feel inside. That's what's giving you satisfaction and fulfillment. And, so for me, I know my heart wants to just feel fulfilled being myself, doing what I am here to do, what I love doing, that comes so easily, so naturally, and it comes from love. It's not coming from, oh, I should be doing this. This is what will make me money. So there's no thought ever involved when I'm doing my heart, when I'm coming from my heart's desire. It's just a feeling of love, ease, being in flow, being in joy, coming from peace and fulfillment. So that's already a process that also takes a little while to really feel, yes, that's it. So practice with your sentence, my heart's desire is to ... And then come up and write out certain things, do it again and again, and then look at what you've written and tune in. Is that it? Does my heart now say yes, with a big capital yes, capital letters? Or is it, don't know, And if that's the case, then you're not quite there. So do it again until you get there. So that's very, very important, to know your heart's desire. And then the other thing that, again, requires practice is the faith. So when you know what your heart's desire is, and you're set in stone, this is my decision, I choose to feel fulfilled, successful, loved, and financially free. And that makes you feel, then I've got everything that my heart desires, what my heart desires. So then use that inside, use that desire, and speak it to yourself every night before you fall asleep, and then feel what it feels like. And that is very much like ordering something from an online store. So I desire this certain picture because I'd love to have it on my wall, because it would look so nice and it will give me joyous feelings if I have it. So you go and choose the number 1 of it, or maybe 2 of it, or whatever, and then you click the order button. And that's the way you have to look at it. You decide, and your decision power is very, very strong. It's powerful. And that needs to be backed. So you need to remind yourself, and you need to know whatever you decide has power. It's like, I have spoken. End of story. Done. I have spoken. I have decided. Done. And so you have spoken. You are feeling it, and then you're going to sleep, and you let your subconscious, your unconscious mind work on your desire, and you let it go. You trust your unconscious mind. It's very powerful, and you let it do its work, and that's it. In the same way, when you put a seed in the ground, and you've given it water, and you've given it good soil, which is in comparison with you've given it trust, and you've given it faith, and you've given it a good feeling within your heart. So you've done your work. and then you put the earth over it and you go to sleep and you let it go. So for three weeks at least, nothing will be visible. But today, in nowadays world, we are able to manifest much faster. So, don't put a timeline onto it. And now this is the next step. Don't let your mind tell you, oh, well, it hasn't succeeded in the past, so it probably won't. Do not listen to those thoughts. If they come up, just ignore them. They are useless. You don't need to listen to them, because they come from the past experiences. Your mind wants to always give you, it's almost like an account of what happened in the past. But that's really useless. It really is even in your way. So don't allow the mind to now commentate on what you've just created. See, if you put seeds in the ground and your mind will tell you, oh, it's probably not going to happen, it failed last time. And it comes up with all sorts of stuff. But you do need to trust in the process of the water that's going to fall onto the seeds, and you are going to water them. You're going to nourish, the seeds by watering them if it's summertime. You have to trust that the manifestation process is doing its job. It doesn't need the mind to do anything for it. In fact, the mind is in the way. So as long as you keep your faith, which is like watering your seeds, and you're not putting doubts into the way, so that would be like going into the earth and having a look at the seeds if they've done anything. So by doing that, you would actually usually harm the seeds and maybe even kill them. And so you have to, again, ignore the doubt. The doubt is not helpful by just actually telling yourself, thank you, but you're not helping me. Doubtful thoughts are not helping me. So thank you, I will not listen to you. And then you come back again to, the heart's desire. How does it feel? Just feel what it's like when you are soul fulfilled by doing your soul's purpose, by living in a beautiful, harmonious, loving soulmate relationship, or by having financial freedom, and you can now just really buy what you'd love to have for your home or for your family, for friends, maybe go traveling or help yourself with becoming self-empowered, self-employed, becoming an online mentor, coach, whatever. And, so come back always to your heart's desire. Feel what it is like to feel when you have it, what you desire. That's key. You have it already now. So every day, it's because it's not so easy to keep your mind quiet. Instead, I would focus on the feeling. And it's so lovely to have my soulmate with me. It feels so yummy to be able to express myself with him freely, authentically. And there's never any judgment coming along, or any whatever, It's just accepted, it's just loved. I'm just loved the way I am. And I'm loving back the way he is. And just that exchanging of love feels so yummy. So focus on that. Okay, so I think I've said everything. So your faith is required. It's a practice of faith. And that's a very, very useful practice to do anyhow, to have a fulfilling life. Removing all distrust or doubts by just ignoring them. They're not true. They are coming from the past, but they're not coming from the truth of my divine being. And I know that I've been heard because I've made a decision. I've chosen my heart's desire. And because I have done that, I'm hearing myself. God has heard me, if you like, but I am God. And so I have heard myself. I'm backing myself. And that is it. It's done. And so it requires growing your own faith in yourself. I have spoken. Know that when you have spoken, when you have made a decision, when you have placed a desire into the universe, and you are spreading your energy by, by feeling the emotions, the feelings that you want to feel. That has power. That is creation. That will come back to you. So, and then and then the feeling of it is done. It is done. The seeds are in the ground. I've done what I need to do. Let it go and know it is done. And then expect it, you can expect it. Oh, it will be so nice. I can't wait. It's going to be so lovely. But not like it will be. It is already lovely because you're feeling it now. You're feeling the way it will be now. That's very, very important. Okay, so I can share with you one example. I remember a few years ago, I had to pay my tax bill, and I didn't have the money together yet. And it was something like a month or so. In a month's time, I needed to pay this bill. And I wasn't sure how is it going to come together. No idea, really. And I decided the bill is paid. I just said to myself, the bill is paid. This tax bill is paid. And then I actually did a mental exercise in my head, and I guess I made it real by counting all the money that I had, and I realized, oh, I've got the money, so I actually can pay for it. But then I would have emptied my bank account completely, and that's not what I wanted to do. That's not how I want to pay my tax bill. And then I have nothing, no. But I just decided I have paid that bill. It's paid. This bill is now, actually I said the bill is paid. It's not even that I need to pay it. I just said the bill is paid. And so then the time came, and actually I remember when I said this, it was only a week before I said this, that the bill is paid. I did that about a week before the due date. And then the due date came, and I knew I had to wait a few days to check online, because it takes a few days until everything, I don't know, the system works a bit slow. So I checked every day the week after the due date what I had to pay, and it said every time, you have nothing to pay. Honestly, this was probably one of my greatest miracles, because I knew I had to pay some tax, but they told me I had nothing to pay. I said, okay, fine, the bill is paid, just as I said. And that example was so amazing, So, and then I remember I moved back from England to Germany, and I needed to find a nice apartment. I wanted to have something nice just for me. It was meant, I had a certain criteria in my mind, the way I wanted it. And it's very important for me to find a home that I love living in, So I was clear that I will not put up with, small and pokey, or maybe north facing or something. None of that was even acceptable. So I know exactly what I wanted, and I put it out there. And I got that, and I was surprised how inexpensive it was. I really couldn't believe that. So again, that happened within a week of deciding, okay, now I need this new apartment, and I'm going to look now online, I'm going to look here and there, and I didn't actually view any apartment until the one that I'm now in came along. I looked at it, I knew it, that's it, I'm going to take it. And I was so sure that I'm going to have it. I actually wrote him a nice letter, the landlord, to make sure, yes, I'm going to have it. I am the right person. I just wanted to let you know, and I got it. So I remember there was never a doubt, I made the decision, that's how it is. And so that is the key. So, so another thought, there's another experience I have had with connecting with my guides. I really love having a connection with my spirit guides, with God, with the divine. And again, that's something that's very, very subtle. The guidance comes in very quiet and subtle, and it's a lot quieter, of course, than the conscious mind. And it's taken some practice to be able to tune in and hear the subtleness, the subtle little hints. And sometimes I hear the voices very clear sentence. you know, like a guidance. And again, letting that go and not, oh, I really want this, I want this now, it doesn't work. Let it go, it's just not going to work, you know. So know that it's already happening. You have been heard. You don't have to ask 100,000 times. It's the trusting that you have been heard is very, very powerful. Just that on its own actually will do a lot. Okay, so if you want to live your life from love, and you want to have more, you know, useful insights, stories, examples of how to do that, how to move out of your ego mind and really live from your heart a lot more, live from your love, live from your joy, live from your peace instead, then subscribe to this channel. It's especially for you if you are really looking to find your own true love within yourself in order to attract a soulmate, or in order to create a soulmate relationship. Because when we have got that, you know, we really have a much more meaningful connection and a more fulfilling life. And so, yes, let me know if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. If you got a question, please ask me. And I always love to hear from you. And until next time, bye for now.